Welcome back to Let's Draw with Creative Hub Worcester. My name is Stacy Lord, and today we're going to continue along the lines of animals for our theme. Again, I'm not going to tell you what animal we are drawing. You're going to have to figure that out as we draw along. So, let's get our paper, let's get our pencil, grab an eraser if you need one. Make sure that that pencil is sharpened on the tip. Stretch out those fingers. You're ready to go. I know I am. And let's start drawing. We're going to start near the top of our paper again. And we're going to draw two ovals that are connected. Two ovals that are connected. So watch first and then draw. Two ovals that are connected. So we start, go up and around, and make the same on this side. And if you notice, they're not identical, and that's okay. When we draw cartoons, they don't have to be exactly the same shape. So don't worry if your look's different. We are going up and around, creating that first oval, and then bouncing around to the other side. Nice job. Okay. Now let's continue. Up here, we're going to put some flags. Not like the flag that waves in the wind, but a flag that looks something like that. Did you see that? Kind of like a horn, maybe. I think it kind of looks like a flag or a piece of cloth flipping in the wind. And we're going to do the same to the right side. So again, the left side and the right side. Nice job, you guys. Tade, you got it. Keep going. Love what I'm seeing. Now within here, we're gonna put two small circles. I hear some of you trying to guess what it is. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to work right in between here. We're going to put a nose on our animal. So again, watch what I do and then draw. Watch, draw. You see that shape? Looks kind of like, I don't know, a pepper, a strawberry, a triangle with rounded corners. Take your finger and let's outline. So we're going to draw with our finger instead. It's called muscle memory. And a lot of times, I take my eyes and I look at the shape that I'm going to draw with my eyes. Sometimes you can take the back of your pencil and draw that shape out. And what that does, it connects the muscle memory so that you actually remember how to draw that shape. So, the shape, and follow mine. Up around the top between the two flags, and around, down the bottom, and around. Think we got it? And flip that pencil around, and let's draw. We're gonna draw a line up there. It's going to go through the flag. And notice that I'm close to this eye here. I'm not way out here. We don't want great big old cheeks on this animal. We want to keep it in tight. Bring it down and bring it in tight again. And if you close it up, and I can put those lines in if you want to see what they look like. Do you see the circle shape? Then, with your eraser, you can erase those lines. Remember, I'm a big fan of erasing. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Artists, continue to erase if you need to. Now here comes a little tricky spot. A tricky part on this particular animal. Okay, we're gonna put a body on it, but the body isn't going to come down perfectly underneath the face, the head. It's going to go off to the side a little bit. It's gonna go off to the side. So if you take your pencil and put it this way, and then you're going to tilt it to the left a little bit. That's the direction the body's going to go in. Okay, so again, we're not drawing it right underneath. We're going to tilt it a little bit. So again, use your eyes, less watch, and here we go. Do you see that? Again, lots of curved lines in what we're drawing. And go around. It's not straight underneath. It's a little bit crooked. Oh, nice. Beautiful job, artist. Loving it. Now we're going to come in from the left side a little bit. And we're going to draw a little belly on our animal. And the belly is going to come down like so. A curved line on the left-hand side. Beautiful. Thumbs up, you guys. Thumbs up. Yay. Okay, put that pencil down. Stretch those fingers out if you need to. Right? Sometimes we get a little cramped in our fingers because we're pressing down so hard and we're thinking so hard. It's okay. Take a break. Take a breather. And let's get back to it. Now we're going to take our pencil again as a reference, and this would be horizontal, left to right, evenly across our piece. What we're going to do now is take our pencil and we're going to tilt it to the right. You see that? So instead of going straight across, we're going to take our pencil and we're going to tilt it. That's the line that we're going to follow. Okay, and now we're going to add some other features to this animal. So once again, that's even, that's horizontal. We're going to do a diagonal line, left to right, pointing down. And let's start up on this side. So if you need to, we can draw some guidelines. This is where my pencil's going. So this is kind of the angle that we're doing. The other thing I like to do sometimes is to flip my paper. So now, guess what? That line is horizontal. And for our mind to draw something, it actually makes it a little bit easier. So you can keep your paper this way, or you can turn it a little bit, rotate it. And we're working on the left side right now. And we're putting another little bump on it. Lots of ovals, lots of curves. And when we draw, we're putting a bump. Oh, look at that, kind of like a thumbprint, right? And off this thumbprint, we're gonna draw some feathers. Oh, I did say that. I have a feeling some of you already know what we're drawing. But notice when I drew my feathers, I brought it in. So again, guidelines will help you if you want to. I came further out up here, and I came in closer down here. And it's okay if your feathers are all different shapes or sizes, or they're different heights. Because think about it, when you look at an animal, okay, it's an owl. The feathers aren't identical. Think about the feathers, they're loose and the wind's blowing through them. So if your feathers aren't perfect, that's quite okay. There is no such thing as perfection when it comes to drawing something. Now we're gonna flip to this side, and we're gonna take this again, and we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna take this drawing and we're gonna put it on this side of our owl. So this thumbprint is now going to be on this side. You want to kind of keep them close to being the same size if you can. And what I'll do is I'll show you how to draw the wing with a guideline. So again, this part of the feathers the furthest point out, they're the longest, and as they get into the body, close to the body, they get short. So this is my guideline. Now only use this if this helps. If this doesn't help you, then you can skip this step. And then make your feathers go long to short. Beautiful job. Yay! Now, if we rotate this back to level, you can see how our owl is looking like it's flying. Let's keep going. We're going to put a tail. The tail has 3 feathers on it. I know owls usually have more, but we're putting 3 on mine. If you want to put 4 feathers on your tail, that's quite okay as well. I'm going to put 1. There's 2. And there's 3. And of course, an owl can't catch the mice and their prey if they don't have what? Ah, that's right, claws. So let's put some claws, half moons, on our owl. Great. If you want, you can go back now and erase the lines, because remember, claws are not transparent. You can't see through them. So you want to go and erase the lines that we just drew over. You can also go back and clean it up. Usually I do this after I use a Sharpie and I outline things, or a pen and I outline things. So let's add a few more details to our owl. Okay, the belly. Let's add some U's. They look like the letter U. Details always add character to our pieces. It's one thing to keep them simple and empty shapes, and then when you go to add the details, it just emphasizes the look of it. Up on the hair up here, I can put some hair that's sticking up a little bit. Let's go back and add our eyes, the inside of the eyes, and that little shiny spot. You can add some eyelashes if you'd like to. Beautiful piece. Look at that. So what I like to do is I like to outline with Sharpie. That's something I teach my kids quite a bit. And then after the Sharpie, I like to go with an eraser, and I erase all the pencil lines off, and it gives you a nice clean copy. So my pencil marks are usually guidelines for me. And I don't always have to follow them exactly. I'm going to trim that up a little bit. I have to pay attention to my claws. So I'm going to outline my claws first. Then I'll put that body in there. I'm going to, again, add some details. Now you can design your owl however you would like. You can put more feathers on it. You can put little triangles on it. I've seen feathers in the wingspan as well. I also love to rotate my paper around when I'm drawing. I tell my students that all the time. There's nothing wrong with turning your paper when you draw, so it gives you the best movement for your hand. There's a little trick and tip for you. So now that I've outlined with Sharpie, I can go back now, holding the paper very tight, take my eraser and clean it up. This is an important step, especially if you're going to color. Because what happens when you take, say, color pencil, and you actually go to color and you hit pencil. Okay, pencil is made with lead, graphite, and it smudges. So if you're going to color this in with a color pencil and you hit where there's still pencil lead down on it, it's going to muddy the color. It won't give you the purest color possible. And that's what we're after when we go to color in our animals. So there you have it. We have an owl today. Congratulations, artists. You should be very proud of yourself. Color it in, put a sky behind it. Where is it flying to? Until next time, continue to draw and have fun.